আচ্ছা, মাইকটা মিউট হয়ে গেছিল। ওয়েলকাম টু বং ফুটবল। সবাইকে আজকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি আজকের লাইভ সেশনে। আমাদের মধ্যে আজকে উপস্থিত থাকবে আরাতা ইজুমি। ক্যাপশনটা দেখে সবাই বুঝে গেছে হয়তো। এখনো তিনি আসেননি। তার কিছু টেকনিক্যাল সমস্যা হচ্ছে মনে হচ্ছে। তো খুব শীঘ্রই তিনি চলে আসবেন। লিঙ্কটা আমি পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছি, স্ট্রিমইয়ার্ডের লিঙ্কটা তাকে কিন্তু পাঠিয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে এবং খুব শীঘ্রই তিনি জয়েন করবেন। আরাতা ইজুমির ব্যাপারে নতুন করে বলার কিছু নেই। যারা খেলা দেখেছো, আরাতা ইজুমির দীর্ঘদিনের প্লেয়ার আরাতা ইজুমি, এবং এখন তিনি কিন্তু প্রেজেন্টলি কোচিং করাচ্ছেন রিলায়েন্স ফাউন্ডেশন, যে ইউথ টিমটা আছে সেটার কিন্তু কোচ। সেই ব্যাপারে অনেকগুলো কথা জিজ্ঞেস করবো আজকে, এবং একটা নির্ভেজাল আড্ডা দেওয়ার জন্যই কিন্তু আজকে চলে এলাম এই বং ফুটবলের লাইভে। তো দেখা যাক। এখনো তো জয়েন করেনি, আমি ওয়েট করছি আরাতা ইজুমির জন্য কখন আসবে। তিনি মেসেজটা সিন করেছেন আমার। তো দেখি, একটু মানে 7টার সময় শুরু করার কথা ছিল, একটু দেরি হয়ে গেল। তো ওয়েট করছি আরাতা ইজুমির জন্য কখন তিনি জয়েন করবেন। বলা ভালো যে ইস্ট বেঙ্গলে তিনি কিন্তু খেলেছেন। আহ, যখন ন্যাশনাল ফুটবল লিগ শেষ হচ্ছে তখন কিন্তু ইস্ট বেঙ্গলে তিনি খেলেছেন। মানে ন্যাশনাল ফুটবল লিগের জমানাটা যখন শেষ হচ্ছে আর কি, 2006 সালে, তখন কিন্তু তিনি ইন্ডিয়াতে এসেছেন। তখন কিন্তু ইন্ডিয়ান সিটিজেন তিনি ছিলেন না, জাপানিজ সিটিজেন ছিলেন। তার বাবা, তার মা, বাবা ছিলেন ইন্ডিয়ান, আর মা ছিলেন কিন্তু জাপানি। তো সেইভাবেই কিন্তু তিনি আহ, সেই জায়গাতে কিন্তু তিনি জন্মগ্রহণ করেছেন, জাপানেই জন্মগ্রহণ করেছেন, এবং ইন্ডিয়ার প্রতি তার ভালোবাসা কিন্তু আহ, একদমই কমেনি। তো মনে হচ্ছে আরাতা ইজুমি চলে এসেছেন। ওকে, ওকে।
Hello, can you hear me?
হ্যালো, am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, welcome, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. And I was telling about your history only, though you need no introduction, but a formal introduction. You were born Indian, with Indian father and mother, Japanese mother, and your hometown is in Japan. So I was telling, and every fan recognize you from East Bengal. Our
Hmm.
channel is mainly in West Bengal based channel. So East Bengal mainly discussions will be on East Bengal and Atletico the Kolkata where he played. So that was I telling, and সবাই জেনে রাখো আমি কিন্তু ইংলিশে কিন্তু কথা বলবো আরাতে ইজুমির সঙ্গে, এবং আমি কিন্তু ট্রান্সলেট করে দেবো বাংলাতে। তো অসুবিধা হবে না। তো ওয়েলকাম টু দ্য শো আরাতা ইজুমি, অ্যান্ড লেট মি tell that you were in 2006 you came to India, and for East Bengal the last year of National Football League, that I was telling to the viewers. So how was the excitement in playing in India and coming to India?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was pretty much exciting. I mean, experience for me. Come from all the way to Japan to India. So previously, I was playing Singapore and Japan, and that was a moment that I really want to step up my career, and the India came on my way. So yeah, it was a interesting journey to us.
So, what was the reason behind from Japan to India? You came, though you have your father is from India, but what was the reason between changing the country and coming to India?
So about India, so when I was playing in Singapore, one of the agents contacted me about and told me about Indian football. And that time I was not aware about. I couldn't collect any information about the Indian football. Then after I went back to Japan when I was playing for Mitsubishi Mizushima, the same agent contacted me, and that time I was really wanted to go abroad and play professionally again. And then I came to know a bit about Indian football, especially the Kolkata Derby, East Bengal and Mohunbagan. The excitement, 120,000 people in front of, then you can play in front of those kind of number of the audience. So that excites me, and that is a reason that I decided to leave Japan and come to India to give my shot.
So that's a great story, and I saw that in Mitsubishi team, that Mitsubishi Motors team, that was, I think so, in Japan Football League. You worked for 10 hours most probably. in the plant, and you painted cars. So tell us about the struggle in that time, because you started the professional football career at that time, and after that you worked so many long hours, and after that 2 hours you played in the afternoon time. So tell us about something that.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, it was. I don't like to say it's a downfall, but obviously, after playing as a pro, uh, and coming down to the situation that I have to work more than the football, it was a kind of difficulty that I faced. Like you were saying, yes, I had to work in the factory for almost 10 to 12 hours every day, and after that, I have to go on the pitch for training session. Weekend, we have to go travel all the way by bus 7 8 hours to play our league. And that was JFL that time, the top amateur league, so just below J League's second division. So you can easily imagine the quality of football is really, really high. The competition is really tough. But obviously, the yeah, all those work and a lot of things does not allow us to be in the best condition, but still, the passion towards the football just drive us to just keep playing. Yeah, but it was not the best experience, but I could learn a lot from this experience. To be honest, of course, I was playing football only, and I became professional. I didn't know much about the real life is, and I think this experience taught me a lot of things and made me realize to value not only football but many things around football and around myself. Of course, family, of course, friends, and everything. So it was a great experience.
দ্যাটস গ্রেট টু হিয়ার। তো আরাতা ইজুমি বাংলাতে আমি বলে দিচ্ছি যে আরাতা ইজুমি যেটা বলছেন যে তিনি কিন্তু যেটা আমি বললাম, জিজ্ঞেস করলাম ওনাকে যে তিনি কিন্তু কাজ করতেন 6 ঘন্টা, কিন্তু 6 7 ঘন্টা তিনি কাজ করতেন, 10 ঘন্টাও চলে যেত, যে কোনো সময় 10 ঘন্টা কিন্তু কাজ করতেন, এবং তিনি কিন্তু 2 ঘন্টা কিন্তু খেলার সময় পেতেন। মিৎসুবিশি মোটরস এর যে টিমটা ছিল জাপান ফুটবল লিগের 4th ডিভিশনে খেলতো, তো সেই টিমটার হয়ে কিন্তু তিনি খেলতেন। এবং 2 ঘন্টা আফটারনুনে কিন্তু 2 ঘন্টা কিন্তু তিনি খেলতেন, খুব স্ট্রাগল করেছেন তিনি, সেটাই আমি জিজ্ঞেস করছিলাম আরাতাকে। তো নেক্সট কোশ্চেন স্যার, আই উড লাইক টু আস্ক ইউ দ্যাট East Bengal, the last season you played, means the National Football League last season 2006, that time, and you felt the pressure situation because as you have told in the beginning that the East Bengal Mohun Bagan fans are means worldwide known fans. So playing in Japan and then coming to a different country and playing in the pressure situation of like East Bengal big club. So how did you feel that time? With pressure, you took the pressure, or means you are habituated with that?
Well, first of all, the different country have different type of football. So that I experienced already in Singapore and Japan. So probably that experience helped me to kind of understand the difference in terms of football in India. So that way, yes, I wasn't so surprised. But about the big club part also, to be honest, I was not aware about East Bengal, but I blindly knew, or I just knew that this club has a lot of history and a lot of supporters. And after joining the club, and I started to realize the weight of this weight, in a sense that the meaning of being a East Bengal football player of East Bengal. So the pressure was from the supporters. Obviously, I still remember the first game in NFL against Air India. I played the game, and I think I missed a sitter. The biggest chance, I think I missed it. And after that, I think we conceded the goal. And I still remember that players of East Bengal told me that I can go home now. I mean, we can go back to Kolkata now. And next day, on the newspaper saying that supporters throw the stones to the East Bengal's clubhouse to break the glass, and so I came to know the reality and the passion about the supporter of East Bengal. But actually, it was what I was missing when I was with Mitsubishi Mizashima, and that's exactly what I was expecting, some kind of huge pressure on the shoulder and play for one club. So I think although I spent only 6 months with East Bengal, but I think that experience developed me as a football player as well as human being. So I really appreciate that club, though.
Yes, absolutely. And 14 matches you played, so that's not a joke. But whatever you have played and you have contributed for the East Bengal, that was great. And after that, you came to Mahindra United, and the main thing was Pune FC. After Mahindra United, you came with
Mhm.
Pune FC. The long term career you spent there. First season of Pune FC in I League, that time 2009, most probably that was, and Derek Pereira was coach, and India's number one goalkeeper Subroto Pal was signed for Pune FC. So, how was the life at Pune FC? What do you want to say?
Obviously, Pune FC, that time it was, I must say that one of the only professional football club in the country, and something that they really try to do in a professional way. I'm not saying other clubs are not doing, but it was just a kind of evolution that the Pune FC brought to Indian football. That I think we all can agree about that. Whoever is part of football, Indian football for the longest time, and I was just lucky to be part of the Pune FC, and actually the club treated me so well, and the supporters in Pune treated me so well as like a family. Yes, I had a good time with Derek coach as well. Of course, we had a struggle together when we were together in Mahindra. But after we shifted to Pune FC, I think everything was very smooth. We had a really good season. Like a first season itself, we were third. I feel we could go higher than that. But yeah, still, I think the first year third is not a bad deal. And of course, other 5 years I played for, but all years was pretty interesting and exciting seasons. So it was a good time.
So,
It's sad
and
that they had to close down.
you tell about something about Derek Pereira. Derek Pereira is a well-known coach, and with his associated with FC Goa also. So, how was Derek Pereira in dressing room?
This I think off the record probably I can talk about it a lot, but I know it's professional. It's a extreme result oriented environment, and yet we are professional, yes. Yet we are human beings. So sometimes, of course, the emotion and a lot of things happens in the dressing room, close the door. No one knows, but football is not all about uh, like people following that you are getting a lot of fame and stuff, money and stuff, but inside the door there are lots of things are happening. So probably this is the only thing that I can talk about. But the Derek coach, yeah, we had a good relationship. We could talk openly, we could discuss things openly in terms of football or other things. So it was a good bunch of group, I must say.
Okay, and Saurabh Dev is commenting, happy to see you after so long time, sir. And East Bengal fan also joined. Hi, sir, how are you? I am very happy to see you after a long time and also love you, Joy East Bengal. Yes, and East Bengal
Thank
fans,
you, thank you.
East Bengal Mohun Bagan fans are the main part of Indian football. And after that, you came to Atletico de Kolkata and for a great price of 68 lakhs. So the figure, I want to tell that figure in the auction when you were also present in the auction that time. So how did you felt
Hmm.
in the auction when your rate was base price? I think 30 lakhs or 40 lakhs. I think it increased and went up to 68 lakhs. So how did you feel that time?
Yeah, of course, the auction was really interesting, and of course, that was the first and at this moment is the last time that player auction, and along with Chetri and all other known Indian football, I was glad that I was chosen for the 10 players. Being a foreigner, basically, of course, I'm an Indian now, but I wasn't. I'm not originally from India, but I appreciate that. I always appreciate that India show me that kind of a kindness to accept me as an Indian, to let me be part of those kind of huge event of Indian football. So obviously I was grateful and I was honored to be there. And about the 68 lakhs, of course, the base price of 40 lakhs and 68 lakhs. It's great amount, but to be honest, I wasn't so happy about that. I believe I was much more valuable than that. But anyway, that's part of football, so nothing wrong with that. And I was happy with the ATK as I spoke during the auction on the interview. I know it was always one of the dream to come back to Kolkata and play football again. And of course, ATK last year, I mean the previous year champion, they are choosing me to be part of their club is something very, very meaningful for me. And of course, that season we had a fantastic group of people. And I think we did a really fantastic job. Wish we could do better than that. Yes, we had the potential to do so, but again, that's football. So probably results doesn't follow. But that's okay. Part of it.
Yes, and Atletico de Kolkata was a very successful team, and now also that though it is not the continuation, now ATK MB, ATK Mohun Bagan, but Habas, coach Habas is continuing now also. So, what do you think about Habas, and how was the dressing room in Habas? Habas is the animated creature, and most animated creature coach of ISL. So, what do you think about Antonio Lopez Habas?
First of all, he's the most successful coach in India, in ISL or whatever it is, a history of Indian football. I'm not so sure, but at least when I came until today, he is definitely the best, one of the not the most successful coach, and I have always huge respect to him. You know, he's a very demanding coach, and he's a very straightforward. And he is so clear about what he wants from the players and what he wants to do in the game. And he is, of course, he's quality enough to execute that kind of a training session in line with what he wants. So the idea, what he wants us to perform on the pitch was always clear. So that means that proves that he's an excellent coach. That's why probably we could play one of the best football. I still believe that I think ATK, we had a really good players to play really good, attractive football. So yeah, he's an excellent coach.
Helder Postiga was one of the most popular player. Helder Postiga, he played with Cristiano Ronaldo also in Portugal. So though Helder Postiga not played many matches due to the injury that time, Helder Postiga, Bora Fernandez, Ian Hume. So how was the combination? So totally, how did you win? What was the team talk that went on the team, and how was the spirit that time?
Oh, well, it's really unfortunate that Postiga had to be injured for the long time, and that he had to he couldn't play much game. I was really. I mean, in the preseason, of course, we played, and but yeah, it was just unfortunate. But a fantastic guy off the pitch, on the pitch, of course. I mean, how to? I mean, you don't need to even talk about his ability. Of course, he's a great football player. That's why whatever he achieved. And of course, Yumi, he is one of the best, one of the most successful foreigner in the country in ISL, and of course, I think he was a all-time goal scorer as well. I think recently probably he is not there anymore, but fantastic guy again. You know, I always believe, you know, we are footballer, but before footballer, we are just a human being, and these really good footballers, they are always good human being as well. So, you know, although Hume is younger to me, probably Postiga also younger to me, but I could learn a lot from them, and off the pitch as well. And I think on the pitch we had a good rapport. We could you know, enjoy our football, you know, playing together. So it was a great experience for me.
And what to say about the Indian squad? Indian squad was also very good that time. Arnab Mondal, the successful defender that time, though Arnab Mondal is now off from football. I don't know the reason, because of his family reasons. He's off from football now. We can't see him. Yes, we can't see him in any game also. But for long days, for last 2 to 3 years, he is not associated with football anymore. So we are very sad for him. He also played in East Bengal, and he is the most successful defender in Indian circuit. So what to say about the Indian squad? Devjit Mujumdar was also the goalkeeper that time, and Devjit also saved some great saves. He showed us. So what to say about the Indian squad?
Of course, I mean, of course, it's ISL, so top league. I mean, you know, the Premier League. And of course, whoever the Indian players were there were definitely fantastic players, and most of them are. I mean, I played together in national team as well. And especially I mean, of course, Arnaldo. He's one of the best defender, as you were saying. He's a guy who can really you can rely on. He's there means back four is kind of secured. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, good. Good player, good human being again, tough guy. But same time, I was playing on the left side most of the time, and behind me was Augustin Fernandez, and I think he took care of me a lot in terms of defending. That's why I could concentrate on my attacking. So probably that season I could score a lot of goals, and I was quite of influence in terms of attack. That is because thanks to him. So yeah, including Indian players. Of course, Nabi was there. All these legends were there. We were always, chilling in the dressing room, and we were talking about football. We were just, talking about habits, and it was really bunch of really good group. It was a good mixture of foreigners and Indian. Initially, it was a lot of Spanish players were playing on the pitch, but in the end, if you see, there's a lot of mixture international player also, not only from Spain, but of course India, of course Canada, Humi, and the South Africa duty. So it was a really well mixed team. It was.
Duty was very fast, and that time game from the wings was also very fast. Yes, and so Dejan Lekic also joined afterwards in the team. Dejan Lekic from Serbia. So yeah, so what to say about him, because he joined late in the team.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not so clear. Yeah, but joining late is always difficult. But
he scored some excellent goals also at the last.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I think. Of course. I mean, he tried his best so that he could score the goal. So probably.
So I am means I am also an ardent Atletico de Kolkata fan, and I can't express that how happy I am to interact with you. I even in 2005 also, 2015 also, I have not thought that I would sit with you in the interview and ask you the question. Okay, so coming to the next thing, that you came to Mumbai, then Pune city. Pune is a means hometown for you, I think. Pune FC, long-term career you spent there, and after that Neroka, KBFC, the ISL is over, and after that now you are a successful coach for the Reliance Foundation. So, do you think that Kolkata of the West Bengal is a lucky factor for you to take the decisions? Because after East Bengal, East Bengal, when you came, they finished the National Football League, and after that you remained in India, and in Atletico de Kolkata. From Atletico de Kolkata also, I saw an interview in most probably in CNBC or something. You told that from Atletico de Kolkata, I am thinking to coach. Means coaching idea came in your mind. So, what do you think, that West Bengal is a lucky factor for you?
Obviously, any footballer once the player has to play in Kolkata, I think he will be in love with Kolkata and the supporters in Kolkata. So yeah, obviously, Kolkata is West Bengal is my lucky place, and hopefully one day as a coach, would love to come back to Kolkata, and that time if I could see you guys, and I think I'm the happiest guy in the world at the moment. That moment for sure.
Okay, so how the coaching career is now going on? You are also the coach of that I've told Reliance Foundation. What is the difference between the coaching career and player? You are also player and you are also coach. So, what is the difference here?
Okay, first of all, this Reliance Foundation Young Champs, I'm really lucky to be part of this academy, and I believe this is one of the best academy in the Asia. In terms of a lot of aspect, I cannot describe what is it, but yes, it is a really, really good academy. And what we are trying to do is definitely for the future of Indian football, and I think we are walking towards the really right direction. And yes, the difference between coaching, playing career and the coaching career, I mean, this is a two totally different ball game altogether. Although both are football, but you cannot act like a player when you are coaching, especially probably youth development phase. It is really important for me to change my personality as a coach from the player, and I have to see football through the coach's eye, not the footballer's eye anymore. Yeah, so it requires much bigger view when I look at the football. When I was playing football, I just need to focus on my duty on the pitch. Probably when I play on the left flank, I got to walk around my left flank. But as a coach, you got to see 360 degrees, top to bottom, including goalkeeper, obviously. And that your own half to opponent half, then you have to understand the opponent and everything. So, it's like I'm learning football from zero again. I'm playing football last almost 30 years. And of course, my footballing career is 15 years as a pro. And I used to feel I'm an expert in it. And but after changing my career to coach, not I had to learn from scratch, but I wanted to learn from zero again. And I think this being part of this academy is giving me a lot of opportunity to realize something which I could not realize when I was a player. So yeah, I'm having really good time with this academy at this moment.
Okay, so Vince, the mind of learning is always with you. That you want to tell, and many players they don't continue with the coaching career. Many players we have saw, but most of the players they want to be a coach, and you are one of the successful in that term. So tell us something about the Reliance Youth Football Development, because many of us in the West Bengal we don't know about Reliance Foundation. So please give a glimpse of that.
Basic structures we have under 12 to under 17 this year. Because of the corona, we have under 18. So under 12, under 13, under 14, and under 15, and under 17 usually. So we have these categories, and basically we are here to. We are totally focused on the players' development, not the team development or something like that, but individual players' development. So we try to scout the players from all over the India to select so-called best talent. I'm not so sure about talent, the meaning of talent. So it's hard to explain what is the best talent, and I'm not saying that literally best talent we are choosing, because I mean it's almost impossible. But at least with our capacity, I think we are doing the best job, and the intention is really clear to develop the player who can be the future of Indian football. And I think this academy is really putting a lot of effort, and I think a lot of some successful cases coming up. And yeah, I think this organization is doing what exactly Indian football need for our future.
So playing with some of the great players in your playing career, and coaching the children, the youth, what is the difference? I mean, how do you interact with the kids?
I mean, I like it. So I have my daughter. So I mean, interacting with child is not at all. I mean, yeah, and you know what? I mean, I was preparing myself. I always wanted to be a coach after my playing career. So my first coaching course, which was in Japanese D license, was when I was 19 years old. So I was always interested in coaching, and I was always planning myself that after career, definitely I'm getting into the coaching. So of course I was studying. I was learning how to coach and everything. So yeah, that way probably I took the right step, and yeah, it's fun, man. Trust me. You go on the pitch, and the kids are excited to play football, and you are there to be with them and observe them and try to make them better football player. What could be the better job than this? I truly feel it's a very healthy environment to be in, and I really enjoy the coaching career.
Absolutely. So Anindya Datta is saying that want to see you in ISL again, but not as a player. I think he can join as a coach.
As a player.
So have you do you want to coach an ISL team?
Obviously. My aim is senior coaching, and as I told you, I'm still in the phase, that the learning phase as a coach, and
Okay.
I will take my time, but definitely my objective is always senior coaching, and of course ISL is one big objective that I'm always eyeing on.
Yes, absolutely. So coming now to the Indian national football team in 2013-14, you got the
Mm.
passport, Indian passport, and you got to play with Sunil Chetri, one of the legends, and Sandesh Jingan was also there. He is now also currently playing, Sandesh Jingan, and top level players you got to play with. So how was the feeling? You born in Japan and you took the citizenship of India, and after that you played with Indian national football team. How was the feeling that time?
Yeah, obviously that was the biggest, most honorable moment in my footballing career, or maybe probably in my life as well. Again, I'm saying that I always appreciate the kindness of India to accept me as an Indian, and letting me wear the blue color. Uh, that is that is something I cannot appreciate enough, and I cannot feel. It's just a overwhelming honor it was, and obviously playing with Chetri, playing with all the other national team players, not only Chetri but all of them. They are the heroes. They are hero of this country, and sharing time with them, not only on the pitch but off the pitch, and talking, and sometimes doing nonsense together was you can exchange with anything, this kind of experience. And of course I learned a lot, and of course I have to mention that this Chatri, he's a true professional and true leader,
Mhm.
and he's a very, very smart guy, and the what stand out the most is his commitment, and I think he is a role model of Indian football, and obviously we all know that he's the one for Indian football at this moment, and I think his contribution for Indian football is gigantic, that no one can replace that.
Absolutely, absolutely, and he's one of the best. And so now I would like to ask you that you played in National Football League, you played in I League, you saw the turnover from National Football League to I League, and then now is the ISL. Means ISL is the top level league now in India. So, what do you want to say about this? Means ISL, especially the National Football League, I League was one kind, one structure, and ISL is another structure. So, what do you think? Is it good or bad?
Of course, it's good. It's a progression. Definitely, Indian football is progressing. Of course, I still don't know if I should be saying I League or the ISL is a top league officially. But from national team to national football league, NFL to I League progression, I League to ISL, or I League and ISL is another progression. So there's nothing negative about this progression, and this is exactly, I think, what Indian football needs and want, to keep progressing and keep improving the level of Indian football, and try to reach the Asian level to the future. So of course, I mean, there's a lot of things in between was happening, and probably a lot of confusion was there as a player as well, and probably as a club as well. But all these events is always necessary. When some evolution happens, so always this kind of confusion is necessary. And after this all confusion, if we can reach to the final aim or the objective, I mean, that is what you need, right? So I think not I think I believe Fibers is just very positively working for Indian football.
অ্যাবসলিউটলি। তো তিনি বলছেন, যেটা আমি বাংলাতে একবার বলে দিই, তিনি বলছেন যে আইএসএল টা কিন্তু মোটামুটি একটা ভালো জায়গায় চলে গেছে, এবং তিনি কিন্তু খুব ভালো, মানে এই প্রজেক্টটাকে কিন্তু খুবই ভালো মনে করছেন, আইএসএল টাকে। এবং তিনি কিন্তু খুব ভালো, মানে ভবিষ্যৎটা কিন্তু খুবই ভালো দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, সেটাই কিন্তু তিনি বললেন তিনি এখানে। তো ডু ইউ আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড বেঙ্গলি?
No, not really. I forgot to say Kamonacho. This is only I know. Kamonacho. Yeah, I should have said that. Yeah, beginning though.
Okay. So one comment is there that, sir, I am from Goa. Please tell about our AFC Champions League debut.
Oh wow, yeah, Goa. Wow, I mean, yeah, the club, the Goa, the players, the club. I mean, proud. I mean, made us proud for sure. I think every Indian football supporters was touched. You know,
Yes.
like I could feel that. You know, the proud of moment of Indian football. It does not matter, of course. I mean, result is not something like a spectacular, but I think the way player play and the way FC Goa performed in that particular tournament was something really proof that the Indian football have structure. You know, it was not like a random game, but it was a clear planned football that the FC Goa played in each and every game, which was fantastic to see. You know, not only about foreigner is doing something super, but Indian players, Brandon, Graham, of course, Delaj. I want to mention all the name, but I'm telling you, all of them. Mandal. Yeah, so it was a fantastic display of football, not just debutant of a ACL going there and just play anyhow somehow, but they went with a clear mind and that they executed what they can do at this moment to prove in Asian country that the Indian football can compete in that level. So I think it was really positive performance. They put it up, and yeah, fantastic performance it was.
And FC Goa is a consistent team, and in ISL also, most consistent team in ISL. And I think that FC Goa's main success is that they pick players from, most of the players from the local football league. That is the main success area, I think so. What do you think?
So this is again, I mean, the structure of the club, and as you were saying, yes, local players, and they are willing to develop the local players, and at the same time, they have. I mean, Goa is of course football city, just like Kolkata again, and they have a very good local league, which is a Goa professional league. I'm sorry, the official name I'm not so sure, but that league to make sure that the local players are consistently playing the game. So they are earning the game time from each player. So which is the most important part for the players' development. And I think Goa have that culture to give those kind of opportunity, and definitely that is working. And the FC Goa is working very closely with the local players, and I think that is a reason of their successful run in ISL so far.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I would now like to ask one question that is, it is very hot question, or means I think that after the merger of ATK and Mohan, you played with ATK. So what do you think about the merger? When you first listened the official announcement that ATK and Mohan will be merged, so how did you felt, and what do you think about the new team? Means team is not new, but the structure is new. The players are same from ATK. So what do you think about the team?
I think it's a way too emotional topic for me to say anything about it. But as an outsider, if I can say one thing, I think one of the greatest thing that the biggest giants of Indian football that time getting into ISL was the biggest news, and I
Yes.
think that created a lot of positive in the country, in the football circuit in India. So that itself is, I think, something that the goal that I must say. I mean, we all say that, and yeah, like I said, more than this is, I cannot talk about it, but personally, I think this was a one huge movement, one of the history created moment for India football, and I think Kolkata football as well. So I think it was a very good movement from Mohanbagan as well as ATK.
তো তিনি বলছেন, যেটা বাংলাতে একটু বলে দিই, যে এটিকে মোহনবাগানের যে মার্জিংটা তিনি ব্যক্তিগতভাবে কিন্তু তিনি মনে করেন যে খুবই ভালো, এবং মানে একটা মোহনবাগানের মতন বড় টিম সে কিন্তু এসছে আইএসএল এর মতন একটা জায়গা, সেটা আসা দরকার ছিল। হ্যাঁ, তো সেটাও কিন্তু তিনি বলছেন, এবং তিনি কিন্তু কমেন্ট করতে চান না, সেটাও তিনি বুঝিয়ে দিলেন নিজের কথার মধ্যে দিয়েই। তো ওয়ান থিং আই উড লাইক টু আস্ক ইউ দ্যাট means teams are merging. ATK and Mohanbagan, they merged already, and we are hearing the news that Chennai City and Chennai FC will be merged. I don't know that that is fake or not. So teams are merging in Indian football. So what do you think? Is it good or bad for the system?
Oh, it's hard to say good or bad, but of course, there's a lot of reason that clubs are margining, right? So there's no good or bad about margining, but my only concern might be losing out the team from I League is going to reduce the chance of an Indian football player to play the professional league, right? As simple as that. So Chennai City goes away from I League, then the player of Chennai City, probably 30 players, they cannot play football anymore, right?
Hmm.
So that way, I must say, yes, there's a bit of concern about this merging, but the merging itself is not bad. But then when they are merging, if there's a proper plan to make sure that the footballers in the country is getting the opportunity to play in the professional league. So it means, you need more number of the clubs in I League. If I League clubs are merging with ISL clubs, as simple as that.
Yes, absolutely. And Chinmay Nadik, he's an ardent Bengaluru FC fan. I know him personally also. He's asking that let us know about what do you think about Indian football growing.
In terms of what, I'm not so sure, but as I told you, it's progressing from NFL to I League to ISL. Yes, definitely it is improving in a sense, in a right way. If you are asking me about the senior Indian national team, it's a totally different story. So probably you can come up with a little bit more specific question, so that probably I can talk about it, or maybe I cannot talk about it. I don't know, but it's up to you.
Okay, so he's once again asking what is the difference between players playing in I League and ISL?
At this moment, especially after ISL came, of course, not after ISL came, but last 2-3 years, I think the situation changed a bit more. Like India, all these I League players play I League to be spotted by ISL clubs. I think that was a kind of a trend it became. Before that was it was more like we I League, we play our football, no problem. Let's carry on with us. But now things are changing, and so that way I think I League is becoming much more physical, and the speed of the game in a good and a bad way, both way, it's speeding up, increasing. And IS is more like of course, foreigners, a little bit more quality foreigners who control the game and everything, and a little bit more structure to the coaching stuff. So probably a bit more tactical, and more like I would say, no, mature football is not the right word to say, but there's a difference between these two leagues in terms of intensity, maybe.
So we have come to the end of our live session, and I would like to ask few questions quickly. What is the most favorite Bengali food you tried?
Bengali food. That one. The of course the mustard fish curry kind of thing. I can't
Oh,
remember the name. Sorry, but yeah, I love that curry. And the sweets, the white color
Rasagolla.
Las Lasgulla. Yeah, I
Rasagolla.
missed it. I missed it. Yeah,
Missed
Subroto
it,
used
huh?
to bring that. Yeah, from his
Yes.
home.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to love it though.
Okay, and what is the most favorite destination?
Destination. Okay.
Yes.
Other interview, I said Kerala, but since you're from Kolkata, so I have to say it's Kolkata for sure.
Oh, most diplomatic answer. So,
I know. But to be honest, I don't know. That day I said Kerala. I have no idea why I said that. But somehow it came in my mind. But to be honest, I couldn't travel India much. So probably next time, if I have time, I would like to visit some more cities in India to see how the country is.
so who is your most favorite Indian footballer?
Indian footballers.
I would not
It's
ask
really
that.
hard.
I would not ask the foreign footballer because Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I think, is your favorite footballer. So I am asking the Indian
Yeah,
footballer.
yeah. It's really hard for me to say one Indian footballer because all players I spend time with, and I really respect them as a players, as a human being. So probably this you may say again very diplomatic answer, but my respect is always with all players. Yeah, so I can't say who is the right one for me.
Okay, so now are you in means India though? Means in India, Mumbai or somewhere? Means in Corona time
Yeah,
now.
I'm in Mumbai. Yeah, I'm in Mumbai
Okay,
now.
okay, and
Hmm.
in Japan you go in Japan.
Yeah, of course. Every year I go visit because of Corona. I can't go last 1 year plus. But yeah, once things settle down, definitely I go to Japan.
Okay, so proud to hear you that one of the finest player you were, and you for the love of Indians, you turned into an Indian citizen. That was great to know. And uh, in this Corona time, how do you spend the lockdown time now? In Mumbai, I think that it is lockdown, no?
Yeah, it is lockdown. I'm busy with my team. I mean, with the
Okay,
academy. I'm doing
okay.
the coach yeah session with the boys. I mean, daily online
It's
base, of
online.
course.
Online, online.
Yeah, everything's online. Yeah.
Yes. So, best of luck for your career in the near future, and we want to see you in ISL, especially because and in ISL also you come in the come in Start Sports. We have an opportunity to see you. Thank you for giving your precious time, and last few words, if you say, because many young footballers follow our channel. So, last few words, if you say for our subscribers and the young footballers.
Always enjoy playing football and keep your passion and love alive and follow your dream. It will happen. Yeah. Good luck.
Okay, good luck. Thank you, Arata.
Thank you. Bye.